Ah, welcome to the truth behind the Jay-Z and 50 Cent beef, part 4, which means that there are 3 other parts that you probably have not seen if this is the first time you are seeing this video. And I want to thank everybody who's been going through this with me. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you guys have been hitting up the Cash App, rewarding me for all the time I'm spending to give you all of this information, because it is a lot. It's like I'm downloading it to your brains from mine, so I don't have to remember it anymore, and I can just go on and record sports in my brain. So, on that note, we continue right where we left off from before. Don't forget, my name is Carcino on the Cash App. In case you don't know, you're new here, it's Karceno. Or click the link in the description box where it says donate, and then you can donate there to the Streamlab. You can leave me a message. For those who use the Streamlab, y'all already know how it works. Leave a message. I said leave a message. So anyhow, I say that to say this, my good people, let's begin. So where did we leave off last time? Fifth, and 2005 was basically his. After 2004, from 2003 to 2005 was all 50. In a 2-year span, this man has put out a massive amount of projects and work within a 2-year span. He has oversaturated the market. It is flooded with 50. Meanwhile, Rockefeller is in a point of despair. It is breaking apart. Jay-Z just released his final album as he maneuvers a deal to make himself president of Def Jam as Leor steps out and Jay steps in. Dame sells his shares of the company, and 50 sees an opportunity. Ding! See, during this time, Loud Records was going through a pivotal change. Loud Records was closing. Eminem was semi-retired. Then you have Jay-Z's in retirement. Rockefeller's breaking up. Fifth is getting word that there's trouble over there. And the way Fifth see it is, oh man, I could make G-Unit huge. I can do what I was going to do with Domination, so if I don't have to do it, they've already built the foundation of establishing these artists. Loud Records, Mobb Deep's already established. All I got to do is sign them. And I got Mobb Deep from Queensbridge, and I can get all the artists that I like over there from Rockefeller. It's going to be a fire sale. I could pick them all up and put them on G-Unit. That's what Fifth is thinking. His mind is going there, because he know I got to strike while the iron's hot. This is when to go, because I can sell all of this right now while this wave is here. So he signs Mobb Deep. Get him 800,000, buy them 2 like Lamborghinis or whatever, Porsches, matching Porsches, and just gave it to him. All part of the signing bonus. And they bring over all these tracks they already had recorded, and they just ready to go. Next was a guy that he wanted to bring over. He signed MOP. And MOP and them, they talking like, man, yeah, it's crazy over there. We don't know respond to. We got albums ready to go and nobody pushing nothing out. We don't know where Jay at, and he barely there, and I ain't seen him in I don't know how long. I'm telling you, this thing breaking up. And Fifth was like, man, see what you can find out, man, because I think like Rockefeller finna close, man. You know, Jay finna be president, Def Jam, man. He ain't thinking about Rockefeller no more, man. I think I can get, I want Beanie Siegel. So he wanted Beanie Siegel on the roster to be with him and get him on board. Beanie had to go serve some time in jail, and while he was in jail, he knew this was the time to go to work on him. Like, yeah, let me try to see what I can get over here. So he goes right in there and tries to see what's going on. Now, Fifth's uncle is locked up in the same place, so he was like, hey, see if you know, this cat Beanie Siegel, fill him out. So Fifth started making trips to come up there to see his uncle, and Beans is sitting there like, man, this dude 50 coming up here to see his uncle like that, and I don't really know 50 like that, but he's a real dude. So he's like, yo, that's Fifth's uncle. Next thing you know, Beanie and Fifth's uncle become cool. See, 50 did a chess move. He ran this play right through there, and he get to see 50 all the time. And next thing you know, Fifth and Beans get to talking. So he makes Beans a real good offer. About 800,000. Same thing gave Mobb Deep. Beans was like, bet. I'm in. That's just my signing bonus. He runs right out there and goes to Jay office when he gets out and was like, yo, he finna give me some cash. I need to bounce. We tried to do it this way. We tried to rock. We done rocked every way we could rock, baby. We done went left. We went right. There's nowhere else to go. Let me go. Let me out my deal. And Freeway, see, the thing is what people didn't know is he wanted Beans and Freeway. He wanted them two. He didn't want the rest of state property. Fifth only wanted Beanie Siegel and Freeway. He said, if I had them two together, I put them two on the album, I can cut all the rest of them niggas out. I don't need the rest of them niggas. All I need is Beanie Siegel. And you give me Freeway and Beans, that's all I need. So Jay turned down the Freeway offer. And this is in 2005. He turned that down. Then comes the Beanie Siegel deal, where it looks like we finna have a go on the Beanie Siegel thing. He turns around and waits too long, and he's going back and forth thinking about it, knowing he don't want to do it. And Jay was like, I can't let you go right now. I don't want to let you go. But the real reason why Jay didn't want to let him go, a lot of people says Jay didn't want to give him up because of Fifth. He didn't want to lose to 50 because he's losing. That was a part of it. Because Jay knew, like, man, I can't lose to this guy. It looks like I'm losing, and I'm the president of Def Jam. And this guy is beating me. It looks like I'm losing control. My guys are all going over the 50. That don't look good. But the business side of it is for tax reasons. He needed to hold on to Beans to explain certain amount of monies is being, paid out and all these things so they can maneuver and do the things that they supposed to do. Letting him go will put them in a deficit on the tax side. If he was to let Freeway and Beans go at that moment in time, instead of them just staying on the papers and just letting them serve their time out, they could write off a lot of taxes on both of those guys until that, implodes. So that's what Jay really was thinking in the process. But Beanie is not feeling that way because Beans don't look at it like that. He look at it from, you supposed to be my guy. You in my position to let me get my own money. So, right. So you know how that goes. Now that goes to an act of you against me. and you trying to hold me back from getting paid. Now, what else do you think is going to happen with that? So the deal didn't happen. And this was in 2005, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of people didn't know this transpired. So Fifth talked to Jay on the phone and was like, Jay, what's up, man? It's Fifth. I know who it is. You think you slick. You think I don't know what you're doing. I know what you're trying to do. And we good over here. We got things going on with Beanie that's worth a lot more. So, 800,000, you could buy him out if you want. Or you could just wait to get him when his contract is up. It's in a couple of years. So Fifth was like, oh, okay, I see how you're going to play it. I mean, but you just screwing him up. So you just going to have a disgruntled artist on your label. It's just going to cause you problems. I'm just trying to help you out, man. You got your car stuck in the mud. I'm trying to help it move. But, call me when you're ready to do business. So he hangs up. And once that happens, Jay is like, this guy really thinks he's in competition with me. I'm the president of a label. He owns a record company. This is just hilarious. But okay. So out of just happenstance, the game situation comes along and implodes. What it looked like it was resolved, it wasn't resolved. And it went to another level. And by going to another level, I mean the game and his management, ran by Jimmy, turned this into a whole all-out onslaught against 50 Cent, Interscope, and 50 was telling him, look, y'all can release me from Interscope Shady Records if y'all gonna continue with this game thing. If y'all feel like this guy is your future and you want to move forward with him instead of me, then you can make a move right now. I'll go independent. Y'all can release me right now. Because this guy is tearing up my brand. You asked me to help you guys get this guy going, who you had on the label way before me, and you couldn't get this guy going. We get them going through G Unit. Now he thinks he's bigger than us, and now he's making all this song trying to tear down everything I've built. Either he go or I go. So Dre had to let him go. They cut Game off of G Unit and cut him off Aftermath Records, but keeping him on Interscope and putting him on their other label, their subsidiary, which is Giffen Records. But the damage was done. They spent money on DVDs. They spent money on Jimmy's personal battles with 50. Ended up landing him in jail for the rest of his life. But while all of these things were happening, the blood was in the water. Game had drew blood. And everybody who 50 had run the wrong way with Jada and all the other artists, Nas, they all ganged up to pounce on 50 Cent, to tear down anything he had built up. We want to tear it down. So now the fans are starting to say G Unit isn't real. Everybody's against him. The Fat Squad, Fat Joe, and the Bronx, they all piling up on him. So now 50's the real bad guy. Nobody wants to rock with Fifth no more. The game is coming in and destroying him and making him look soft. He comes to New York and dissing him in the streets of New York. This looked really bad on the unit. So now all these new years are rolling around and things are not really popping for G Unit as it was beforehand. But 50's coming back around. So the Curtis album is in the works. And right before that happens, 50's contract is going to come up very soon where they got to talk about re-upping with 50 Cent. 50 Cent is making and selling too many records as an independent artist. That's going to make his renegotiation very lucrative. His record companies knows this. Jay-Z is going through turmoil, finding out what's going on with his situation over there being president of Def Jam. He's got a bunch of disgruntled artists that he's going to try to find a way to keep happy. And that's not going well for him. So, during this process, a young man by the name of Kanye West became the leading face and the only saving grace from Rockefeller. Kanye West was the only one that was consistently selling multi-million-dollar records and was selling more records than Jay-Z. Late Registration and The College Dropout were instant classics, the biggest albums of the year. Now, when Late Registration dropped in 2005, it lasted all the way into 2006 and furthermore. It was huge. People called it one of the 500 greatest albums of all time. Not me, but they did. It might be 500 though. People think I hate the album. I don't hate it. It's just not one of my favorite Kanye West albums. A lot of people, it's a lot of their favorite album. Me, not so much. I'm more of a Graduation. I think that's his best work. But, you know. Sarah, Sarah, right? So going down this process, Kanye West album, and he was the largest thing going. So they're coming out again with another Kanye West album because Kanye West had just did the orchestration of his album the previous year, where they had like just released like a live renditions of his songs with Abbey Road Studios. Another creative thing that he did in England, and that album sold, did quite well, making an a cappella album. So now things are about to take flight, as you can see. 50 and Jay are in another battle that many people don't think is even on the table. And people are sending me text messages while I'm doing this, for real. So, 50 want Beyonce in the studio to work on his album. And he was like, man, if I get Beyonce on this track, you know, that'll be hot. Jay is confused. He's confused by the notion of trying to get Beyonce on a song. See, that's something you guys never knew. This what led to the dialogue. and was like, what is he trying to do? Like, why does he want Beyonce on a song? Like, 50 disses everybody, and he might be dissing you and having B on the song. We can't have that. So he's very curious of what. So conversation came back. They were waiting for a while to try to get him on the track. So it's like it's not coming back. And he was like, man, I wrote this song, and all she got to do, he's like, she could do the hook. It's beautiful. He wrote a song called All of Me. And All of Me, he wrote the whole song out, and he sent the audio, because normally Fifth don't like a lot of stuff to go out, but they sent the audio over to them so they could see it and get on the track. So they got an approval, like, but they had to wait and see if Beyonce had time. She was very busy working and things like that. So Jay and them reached out about the song, and was like, yeah, I heard you want to get be on the track. Um, yeah, it's her schedule. He's like, I don't even know her schedule right now, and I don't, it is what it is, man. But yeah, I don't know if she gonna do that. So you might have to move forward. But Kanye is working on his album out there. You could see if you can get up with Kanye. You might can get Kanye on the album. You and Kanye probably could work on a project. So Jay actually kind of brought up the idea of putting those two together first. So when they met up and actually was working together, Fifth was working with 3 Stacks, Andre 3000. So when they was working on the Curtis album, 3 Stacks was there, and they did like 3 songs together. And the songs just didn't work. And it just didn't work out. And next thing you know, the song end up becoming Eminem on the record, because Eminem produced the song, and it had Andre 3000, 50 Cent, and Eminem, called Peep Show. And just 3 Stacks verse just didn't fit that beat. And he asked him, he said, man, can you delete my vocals off that, please? And he was like, yeah, because he's like, man, I appreciate that. Because he's like, man, I appreciate that he came to me and said, because he's like, I felt like it didn't work. Phil was like, it wasn't working. And it just wasn't working out. It just wasn't sounding right. And he's like, man, let's just cancel it. I was just happy he came to me and was like, can we just, get that off? And then he had the song with Kanye West. When Kanye came in, they did the one track. We getting money, but I don't want to talk about it. He had that song, I don't want to talk about it. And Fifth kind of like left that off the table because they came up with a marketing idea. They looked at each other's release dates and said, man, every year we come out about the same time. And Jay even brought that up. Jay was like, yeah, every time y'all drop is around the same time, and both of y'all killed when y'all drop around the same time. So I already know it's going to be successful when you two drop albums together. So he's like, but if we do like this battle, like it's a contest, Kanye West is the one that came up with the idea. He don't get credit for it, but it was Kanye's idea. Him and Fifth, when they were in the studio, that they should market their albums together, and they just had to get Jay Def Jam and Interscope on board with the money. And sure enough, they did it, and they was like, "This is a good idea. We can get all the people involved. Interscope gonna put up they half." And they was like, "We only got to spend half the budget money, and Def Jam gonna spend they half." Bet. So now they got the marketing. You got Rolling Stone. You got everybody marketing this Kanye 50 Cent beef, and Jay is like, you know, I'm gonna be in the background. I'm not finna. I don't know what Fifth gonna do. It's I hear he's combative. He's been going after everybody. So I'm just gonna fall back because I don't want to be the subject. I don't want to be the subject of all this, and be on some songs that he going after me on. So Jay played the background as he should, and as the battle went on, Fifth actually thought he was gonna win because he's always won. This is the first time he didn't win, and he felt he could have, and he should have won. He had all the commercial records on. This is probably his most commercial album to date, and the album didn't sell close to what it should have. And it was like, are you kidding me? It was like, it was a shock compared to his first two albums to having this one. His other album sold 1 million in the first week, The Massacre, and then this one sold like about 600,000 in the first week, almost 700,000 in the first week. But he felt it could have sold way over 1 million, just like Kanye sold over 1 million. But he was sabotaged. His album was tremendously bootlegged. Even the video was bootlegged. Follow My Lead, the video that was supposed to debut only on BET, they had the exclusive to release it. It was already on the internet before it was even released. Like, how does that even happen? Songs are already out in the streets before people can get a hold of it. But what he ran into was a problem that Kanye ran into on his first album. That's what delayed Fifth. Kanye's second album, in Late Registration, it got off to a slow start because Diamonds Are Forever didn't really connect with the audience. It got like certain people, and it was a great song, but it just didn't do it. Once he dropped Gold Digger, that just took off. Now that's sold on both things, and that's what got the traction going. And that was the same process he went through with Straight to the Bank being the first single, because he got so many people in his ear telling him what should be the single. Fifth wanted Amusement Park. They wanted Straight to the Bank. And he was like, look, we should have Amusement Park first, and then they wanted Straight to the Bank, and I Get Money came out. And that was already on a mixtape as a B-side record. And that ended, that's out the park. That's out of here. You hear that, you already know what time it is. So you hear that song, smacked it right out of the park. So when Jay came and performed Big Brother with Kanye on BET, he broke right out. He came in, did his piece, and then he jetted out of there. But what you didn't know is that Jay, 50 Cent, and Kanye was talking about all these things, and they was in the studio. He had just found out about the Coldplay incident when Jay did Coldplay, and he wasn't really rocking with Jay like that. So Jay was just trying to put a good spin on it by saying that's why he did the song about Big Brother live with Kanye to make it not sound crazy that he's dissing him, on a record, on Big Brother. So while all of this is happening and all of this is being laid out, Kanye and 50 had his big layout. Fifth is having problems. The whole promotion things go down. They're buddies. All of them are buddies. They actually go and record a song. The I Get Money remix. Jay-Z loved that beat so much he had to get on it. He was like, that's hot. That's an anthem. I got to get on that. So 50, Diddy, and Jay-Z on the track. That's just a crazy record. And Diddy had the best verse, by the way. Diddy shut that down, baby. Call Jacob, give Jacob a call and make a withdrawal. Go out there and earthquake the mall. Told you I'm a bad boy, now let's get it. Yeah. Man, Diddy shut that whole record down. Talk nothing about no Diddy. Shoot, Diddy shut that down. Then after that, things died down for quite a bit. You know, there was no real talk, no real problems. Then things got a little out of line. Floyd Mayweather said some comments about Beyonce that Jay-Z didn't care about. And Jay was like hanging out at a party and Floyd was there and it wasn't going to be nice. You know, and Jay didn't like him. And Jay kind of still don't like him. And Fifth was like, no, man, give him a chance, you know. He all right, man. He's just, kind of young actor. You know, he's like, he all right, though. He's good people. So Fifth and Jay became really cool after that. It was like no problems. He understand how smart Fifth is. You know, Jay like to be around smart people. But he understand the problems that's going on within the business. So he said, look, the thing we did with Kanye was great. Freeway got an album. We owe him an album. He mad. It's been 4 years and I ain't put out another album, man. It's been 4 years, man. I want to put my album out, man. I got songs. I'm ready to go. So they said, all right, man, we're going to get your album out. Okay. So they went and grabbed Free. And G-Unit and Rockefeller teamed up together and he executive produced the album. And boom, there you go. He's doing that project. And he was supposed to get Freeway before, but he didn't have creative control like he thought. And they messed up the launch and everything. Def Jam did. They had the last right of refusal, and Jay screwed 50 on that. And he was supposed to have Freeway as an artist, which he didn't get. So Beanie Siegel was supposed to be somebody that they were going to talk about getting beans and all that. That didn't happen. And the whole time, Fifth is like, well, what's going on, man? He's supposed to have Mace. Puffy screwed him over in the Mace deal. And he's like, wait a minute. Everybody playing me like a sucker. They taking my kindness for weakness. Now I got to cut you. Then they got this guy, Rick Ross, come out. Jay got. And he's deciding to diss 50. And he's assigned with Jay. So he's like, look, Jay. He's trying to reach out to Jay to tell Jay, this ain't what you want to do. You putting this baboon in here against me. And try to use it as a marketing tool to go against me, to sell the records. And you ain't cleared nothing through me. All right. Because he felt that we have a respect level here. But Jay is looking at it from a different perspective. He's looking like, I just signed these 2 artists. And I need to get them off right now. And so far, this guy's blowing up. And I need my other guy to go. And so far, if I put him in the ring with 50, he's like my new Freeway and Beans mixed in one. Call him Rick Ross. Freeway was named after Rick Ross. Freeway Rick Ross. Yeah, so we just called him Freeway. But this guy here, yeah, he's already Rick Ross. I think we could use that. So when he decided to go after and go after 50 Cent, like he saw me and he got nervous. Yeah, he saw me. He was kind of nervous when he saw me. And when he did all that, Fifth was like, "All right, you want to play with me when I don't want to play?" Because Fifth was in a transitional state himself. He was doing a whole bunch of other stuff while he was waiting on money from Interscope because they were in a renegotiation, which they renegotiated back with the G Unit record label. But his renegotiation was taking some time on what they were going to do with him. And he was like, look, I'll give y'all one more album. We'll try this one more time. But after y'all screwed up my Curtis album, if we can do this again and you screw this up, so he's going through turmoil. And while he's doing that, here comes these guys with this, I want to say, ridiculous notion of trying to use Rick Ross to go after 50 Cent and tear down 50. Now you just given 50 authorization to come after you, Jay. And that's what it became. 50, he was like, oh, you really want to try to do this? Does you want to you want to do the promotion this way? Jay wasn't, 50 and Jay wasn't talking no more. Jay wasn't answering the phone. He was like blowing 50 off. So now it's like, oh, okay. You feel because you didn't move up to another status quo and now you, all right. Like, all right, that's what we'll go with this. So right away, Fifth started chopping away at Rick Ross. And I mean chopping away. And he's destroying him. Then Jay gets a call. Now Jay wants to talk to Fifth. Fifth don't want to talk to Jay no more. It's on. LL Cool J got a problem with Jay-Z putting his album out and distributing it. Now all of a sudden, Shy Money, 50 Cent, they reach out to LL Cool J. And they go, hey, what's up, L? You know what? We need to come together and work. We both from Queens, man. Let's, put together, get some projects together. You ain't got to sign a G Unit. You can stay on Def Jam. I could just EP your album, and me and you put the album together. We work together and put it out. It's going to be hot. And Def Jam, they got to put up the money. They ain't got no choice. You LL Cool J. So LL, who has already been badgering Jay-Z for not promoting his album, comes out as the president of Def Jam, not promoting and doing what he's supposed to do for the album, now has 50 Cent on his side. Now he's recording the album with 50 Cent. Then here comes Benny Siegel. He's unhappy. And you know who he got on his side? 50 Cent. Jay is getting it from every angle, and Fifth is going to apply the screwdrivers because you have did something low down. You decided that you was going to use Rick Ross and try to use him to go and build on 50 without even talking to 50 about it. You going to go in there and try to do like, yo, 50 did this move. I could do it too. Nah, don't go that way, bro. Now, you put yourself in the crosshairs. Because Jay came back with an album and it flopped. When Kingdom Come flopped, and he was coming out with American Gangster and getting back up with Nas and doing all that stuff, Fifth was still there. Fifth was still there. Jay was coming on back, doing his show me what you got, little mama, and all that didn't work. Jay had to switch it up. And that's when he had the glasses on and was growing the hair out. And that's when Fifth was like, Jay, he got to change his look. Jay's got to change his whole appearance because he got to look safe. Glasses make people think he's safe. Like, oh, he's safe. So he got to get away from that hard image. He can't dress up like me. He can't go and do the things I can do. I can go into a business meeting and wear this and, wear a hoodie, glasses. Jay can't do that. He's got that image to protect now. He can't move. He got to do exactly that. He got to wear a suit all the time now. Jay can't do that no more. So now Jay was trying to be a yardie, and that's what he was saying on the song. The look that Jay got now, he was doing back then. He tried it then. Before he said, man, this ain't working. And cut the hair off. But he was trying the yardie thing then. He was a little ahead of everybody then. That 187 song when 50 mentioned it. What happened with Jay-Z, man? I thought he was a Marcy from Marcy. Now he's wearing glasses and he's dressing like a yachty. So he was taking shots at Jay. And the fact that Jay let Beanie Siegel go. And then at the end, you used to be from Marcy. You changed, Jay. You let the money change you, Jay. You used to be from Marcy, nigga. Now you just passed the great poupon. You don't want the shoe? I'll take it. Man, you feed the wolves or the wolves will feed off you. Eat your ass alive. I live by the comrade's creed. Strategy. Your move, nigga. I go off. So he applied the pressure to Jay, man. So Jay was like, I can't contend. Because I can't battle with this guy and go back and forth. So he went, 50 was spending all his money to get rid of Rick Ross. He turns around and said, man, I can't sell this Rick Ross guy no more. 50 is spending all this time to kill him. He goes to Puffy and say, Puff, man, if you want to help me move this dude, he's like, look, I'll give you half. Diddy was like, all right, cool, let's get it. Take that. Take that. Take that. Then he's like, I got this other guy from T.I. named Meek Mill. You want to help me with him? Oh, yeah. I got a Biggie and a Pac. That's what I see. Yeah. Take that. Take that. So, they decided to do some songs together. And he's like, first off, I got to change your delivery. You got to sound more like Big. You got to say, I'm Big Meat. I'm Larry Hoover. Yeah, I like all that. Now you sound like Big. And then Meat, you gonna be like Pop. And boy, were they wrong. That was the wrong avenue to go down. And it pissed Fifth off, because now Fifth is like, I didn't spend all this, and now you didn't resurrected his career, Puff. You didn't got involved in this. And that reignited the beef between Puff and Diddy. I mean, Diddy and 50. And them two went at it. So the battle continued on, because Fifth had all these other problems. So as I self-destruct, didn't do what people thought. And that was basically going to be his last deal there with Interscope and all that. So he was done there. And after that fact, The game started changing. The climate's changing. The record business is changing. Fifth and Jay still in competition with one another. 50 and Jay still in competition. Don't want to relent to the other one. 50 decide he's going to go and be a boxing promoter. Gets into the boxing business. Next thing you know, Jay decides he wants to be in the boxing business. Kanye West gets caught up with Taylor Swift. Fifth continuously bombades Kanye and points out all his problems. And Fifth was like, he can only do that with Taylor Swift. If that was me, he knew he couldn't come on stage if that was 50 Cent. He knew he couldn't come on stage if that was me. He knew it would have been a problem. He'd have stayed sitting down. So while Jay-Z's trying to do damage control now, because 50 is applying the pressure, and that's when you got the quote from Jay. Look, no one's afraid of 50 Cent. I just want to make that clear. No one's afraid of 50 Cent. Fifth got Jay to respond by them bringing that up. When Westwood brought that up, it got the classic quote. He wanted to be clear and make that official statement because people were actually believing, yeah, if that was 50 Cent, he wouldn't have did it. But he did that to little old Taylor Swift. So, they'll never let that guy live it down, would it? Never let him live that down. So the battle went on to the boxing situation, where Fifth says, I'm multifaceted. Jay can only do one thing. He's an artist. You know, me, I can do other things. I can navigate and do business and do this and that. Jay's just one-dimensional. So the competition is what he used to fuel his battle between him and Jay, 50 and Jay. Now, right now, Jay has ascended into a level of billionaire in the music industry and sticking around while Fifth been doing so much independently. He's now moved on to film and production and showing that he is a multifaceted guy. A man of 1,000 lives. And with that being said, I say to y'all, thank you. I applaud you guys for making it all 4 episodes as we have finally finished. Unless something else kick off between these two, we have made it to the end, and I hope you guys are satisfied. You guys asked for it for years, and you finally have it now. Don't forget to support the page again. Hit the Cash App up, which is Carcino. Tell me how much you love the videos. The saga, you got 4 pieces like a Kit Kat. Get that. Or you can hit the donate button in the description box and support the page and donate to the page. You can leave me a big message there in the Streamlab too, like a big paragraph. Unlike Cash App, you can hit that one if you want to leave a big message for me to read, because I read the Streamlabs. And for the rest of you who missed all the rest of them and listened to this one first, and wanted to listen to this one first and not the other 3 first and go all out of order, we have all 3 in the videos right here in these corners. Plus another video. So we got the 1, 2, and 3, and then another video right there that don't go with the set. But I'm done. Subscribe, hit the notification button, select all when you hit that notification bell, and we out.